Hello, everyone. You're listening to the All About Sentiments podcast. I'm Chanel Pinto, and today our guest speaker is Nanish Manotra. Thank you so much for joining us, Nanish.
How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming. And today we're just going to talk about your journey. And just to introduce Nanish, he is a certified nutritionist. So, Nanish, tell us about when you came to New Zealand. What visa did you come on, and what did you study?
Well, initially I came in 2015 and I've studied obviously, I was a diploma in culinary arts and I've been chef for quite a few years, worked as a baker and chef in my early part of my life in New Zealand. And then eventually in 2019, I had an injury, which forced me to push toward a healthy lifestyle. And I was on a working visa at that time. When I came to New Zealand, I was a study visa, and then at the time the injury happened, I was on the working visa. I was doing a lot of nutrition mistakes, and I could see like the all the unhealthy food I'm eating and all the inflammation is happening, which is putting a lot of trouble to my body. That was a big toll on my body, and then yes, I started studying books, and then because I was on a work visa, I was not able to do further studies. I wanted to do bachelor's in nutrition and push my life toward being a dietitian.
Right,
But at that stage, I did few certifications and did few small diplomas from Tipukenga. Those were like, I did four certifications and diploma from Tipukenga, and then I did a diploma in sports and exercise. All sort of smaller portions of studies I was able to afford. So altogether it was like more than 1 year of study, and then eventually started making YouTube videos toward a real depth of nutrition. And then like that interest kept on building up. And
right.
yeah, in my mind, it was clear the moment I'm gonna get my residency, I'm gonna start with the further studies. And yeah, obviously, right after getting my residency, I started my nutrition degree, and just pretty much on the end of being a clinical nutritionist.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
So you're doing your studies now and you're also working in
yeah,
nutrition.
yeah.
Awesome. And so you said you make videos. So do you upload these videos on Instagram and YouTube as well?
Well, I'm to be honest, not a big techie person, but trying my level best to be on some sort of level. I've
Right,
been uploading them on YouTube since last 3 4 years, and have been going uh, to some gyms and seminars, helping others, whatever I can do, because
right,
doing a degree in nutrition is very very rare. You will see a lot of person doing diploma in sports and exercise nutrition, but doing a degree is pretty rare. So that really give me a lot of opportunities to do
right,
seminars and be a part of research studies.
right. Yep. And whereabouts are you studying now?
I'm studying through. There are two different things because there is only two colleges who are specifically teaching for a dietitian point of view, for a medical point of view, nutrition. And half of my study is from Marak, which is again from Tipukenga, and another half is from Otago. And
Okay.
I think I'm pretty much done. Just one more paper, and then I'm all good to go.
Okay. And
Yeah.
in case like from overseas or back home, if people want to get into nutrition, what are the prerequisites they need to get into that study?
Obviously, you have to get I think it's medical. You have to pass your
Right.
medicals exam in 12th. Have to be need to have a biology and chemistry with a good marks. And
Yep.
yeah, I would say if you want to study a nutrition degree, you really need to have a really good, strong chemistry and biology, which was pretty hard for me because I started like detailed studies after 7 8 years, and first semester was really hard on me, along
Yeah.
with managing the work. But yeah, somehow I managed to get through that, and yeah, here we are now.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little about like what advice you'd give. So you know how like with how expensive things are now, it is very difficult for students who work part-time to eat healthy food because even when you go to supermarkets, the unhealthy food is more cheap than healthy food. So what tips would you give for them to save money but also eat healthy?
Well, all I can say is prioritize. You need to priority, and also you need to have a good awareness of what is healthy actually. because there is a lot of falsification advertisement. Like if you go to a supermarket and see products like no sugar added, healthy, be aware of those things. There are like I think 62 different alternative names to sugar. If
Right.
I'm running a company, I want if you are a customer, you don't want to eat sugary food, but here the money is in the sugar. The company is gonna put different name. They can put maltose, they can put dextrose, maltodextrin. There are 60 to 70 names.
Right.
So you need to be aware of one thing: how much carb is there, how much protein content is there, how much fiber is there. So these are the parameters you need to have a look. And also you need to look, I think about 2 years ago, I made that video, like a real depth series on sugar, the alternative names of sugar. Uh, any name which have OSE, you need to avoid that. So
Right.
those are, I would say, if you go in the ingredient list, if that sugar alternative is in really high amount, there is one regulation in the food association that you need to put those three names, like the like the alternatives or any ingredient which is in high amount, you need to put them in the first three names.
Right.
If there is anything like OSE, any sugar alternative, just avoid that product. And why not having that product in the first stage? Why not it's better to have your oats instead of going for all those you know
Cereals
breakfast
and stuff.
cereals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just have a fruits and have a oats, have a wholemeal bread, have a eggs. All sort of things are healthy, and there are so many healthy options. It's all about your priority, and once you start the process, it's really easy.
Right. Okay. So what are some grocery items that you would recommend that are cheap but also high in fiber and protein?
Well, my my meal plan is pretty much like, I can have a one meal, one breakfast meal throughout a year. I don't
Yeah.
have a taste bud.
Yeah.
But if you are a person who's having a problem with the taste, you want a sugar craving, obviously you can go for oats. You can add like 1 or 2 servings of fruits in there. Maybe right now I'm doing research work on manuka honey, and
Right.
as far as my finding is, it can be really healthy.
Yeah.
So I'm one of a person, a part of research study. We're doing a study on manuka honey and a few other health issues. So
Mm-hmm.
that can be really a good alternative to your sugar. If you want
Yeah.
to have something sugary in the morning or at whatever time, you
Mm-hmm.
can have oats, add some peanut butters, which is a healthy fat, a cheaper source of protein and fat. Oats are complex carbs, great source of fiber, but also you need to soak them.
Right.
If you don't soak the oats, there are phytics which can which can create a problem with your nutrition absorption. You can make overnight oats, or either you can cook the oats.
Mm.
Don't just put the oats in the smoothie, because it's not going to digest in the body properly,
Right.
and not
Right.
even that, it's going to create a problem with the digestion of other things you are eating.
Okay.
So soak the oats, have your eggs, 3 to 4 eggs, there is no issue at all. It won't cause your saturated, like it's a saturated fat, I know, but it won't cause any trouble with your cholesterol. Have your eggs. If you eat chicken is good source of protein, and it is really important for your overall health. But if you're a vegetarian, then if you want to have a protein, peanut butter, dairy, uh, almonds. And once you start in the process, you keep on learning the things.
Right. Yeah.
And the fiber you can get from your green leafy vegetables. The thing with the green leafy vegetable is, what I like to do is, I make the smoothie only with the green leafy vegetable, not with the fruits.
Right.
The thing, the reason is that when you make the smoothie with the fruit, you end up putting so many fruits. Like you end up putting 3 to 4 fruits, and then at the end, sugar is also, like, there is a sugar in the fruit,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you're gonna end up having 40 to 50 grams of sugar, which is
Right.
again gonna be a trouble. So what
Yeah.
you can do is you can make a smoothie out of spinach. You can put avocado and kale in there, and then maybe one serving of fruit,
Yeah.
and you will end up with having really delicious smoothie. And these are the things you can pretty much do to increase your fiber intake.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And like with Indians, like we eat food with like lots of spices. And
Yeah.
like our food can be a bit fatty because of the amount of cream and stuff. So what are like substitutes to like make Indian food but like make it healthier?
Well, as I said, I have been a chef as well
Yeah.
in my past journey. all I would say is Indian traditional food is the healthiest food, and
Right.
spices are healthy. Spices
Yeah.
are good for your health.
Yeah.
You get turmeric, anti-inflammatory. In the India, we used to have milk and turmeric. It's
Yes.
good for anti-inflammatory. It's antibacterial. It's really good for our health. Cane, then the coriander powder, all are really
Yes.
healthy. So
Yeah.
why you wanna avoid the spices? They are healthy for us. And
Yeah.
salt, some are avoiding salt blindly, and then having a lot of health issues.
Right.
Electrolyte imbalance. So
Yeah.
don't avoid salt. Don't eat too much, but there
Right.
is always the key is
Like a
moderation. You
balance.
need to
Yeah.
have salt in moderation, and spices are really healthy for you. I would say add as much as spices you want. The problem is simple carbs, sugar you are eating. Spice is never a problem. Fat is never a problem. The problem is sugar.
Right. Right. Okay. And the next question is like I have heard like a few people that are vegetarian that have issues with like, getting protein or getting a right amount of food into their body because they don't find many options. So what are some meal plans that vegetarians or vegans can eat?
Well, it really depends upon what person want to achieve. If someone is a bodybuilder, someone want to gain the muscle or lose the fat, obviously protein demand requirement will be a little bit higher, and so will be the requirement of other nutrients. The chances of mistake would be really, you can't do a mistake at that point. You need to have dairy, which is a good source of protein. Like a 2 glass of milk will give you 20 to 25 gram of protein. Then good
Right.
amount of vitamin, uh, my bad, calcium, vitamin D, phosphorus, and all those nutrients you need. We can use cottage cheese, peanut butter. Again, 1 spoon. I think a good brand peanut butter will give you like 1 spoon will give you 10 grams of protein. You
Right.
can use that. And then for a person who want to gain the muscle, the requirement would be 100 grams.
Yeah.
So yeah, just having like a bread, you get the protein from bread. Good, use a high quality protein bread. Use milk, couple of glass of milk. You need to have peanut butter, and then in that case, smoothies would be really great,
Yeah.
especially before gym, as in our body there is a carbohydrate store, and those sugars from fruit, sugar from milk will really help you in the gym in the workout. Uh, if you are a non-gym goer, which is a bigger proportion, a layman,
Yeah.
for for those people, the requirement is hardly 60 to 70 grams.
Right.
Even if they have like 1 or 2 glass of milk and at least one serving of a high protein meal, like
Yeah.
maybe they can have Indian cottage cheese,
Right.
they can
Yeah.
have nuts with that, spinach, or maybe once in a day they can have a smoothie.
Right.
Or obviously they can, why can't they use whey protein? Like if we are in New Zealand, protein is really good, a good quality and cheaper source of
Yeah.
protein.
Yeah.
So whey protein would be really a great idea. They can add a protein in their smoothie or milk, and
Right.
that can pretty much cover their nutrition requirements. For me, in my practice, protein is not a problem for vegetarians.
Yeah.
The problem is vitamin B,
Okay.
and those vitamins which are coming from animals.
Right. Right.
We get a most of the time we get a calcium from spinach, so many other vegetables, milk. We get
Hmm.
all sort of nutrients. We get a protein from pretty much even roti. Indian roti had like 3 to 4 grams of
Yeah.
protein.
Yeah. Mm.
We're getting protein from everything. But the problem is B vitamins, which we need every single day.
Right.
And I was studying one of the article as an Indian who are vegetarian. 67% of population is deficient in vitamin B.
Right.
This causes a lot of problem, anemia, uh, cellular issue. Like in India, we quite often heard their platelet cells reduced to really
Mm.
insane amount, like from 200,000 to 30, 40,000, and they are hospitalized. The problem is vitamin B.
Mm.
Problem is iron.
Right.
So the amount of iron and vitamin B required is really less.
Mm.
And then again, those who are not eating animal based food, those who are vegetarian, the problem with them is they are having a lack of intrinsic factor. You know, I'm not sure, but you might have heard like you want to reduce the acidity level of your stomach. There is one big thing that I forgot the name. Like we want to remove the acidity of our body. We want to reduce the acidity. Our stomach needs to be really acidic.
Right.
Our stomach has to be really, really acidic. It's HCl, hydrochloric acid, and that HCl and gastric juice in our stomach, help to digest a lot of food. And
Mm.
because some of those are trying to reduce the acidity, that's creating a problem with our body. Our
Right.
body is really smart and don't play with it.
Yeah.
Our body know what to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
our body is making intrinsic factor for those who are vegetarian.
Right.
And intrinsic factor is something which is going to absorb, keep on reabsorbing the nutrients to reach the amount we require. But
Right. Yeah.
as you say, we want to. I'm really bad. I forgot that very tricky word, that fishy word. Pretty much everyone use to uh, to make us feel that we are eating healthy, we are doing good thing. But in that's the case, we are making trouble with our body. We need to make our stomach really acidic
Right. Right.
and overall body alkaline.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So we have vitamin B. Indians who are eating vegetarian are 60%, 67% deficient in vitamin B. That
Yeah.
can be deadly. Overall, Indians are 47% deficient in vitamin B,
Right.
specifically vitamin B, and that's creating a problem. So the parameter should not be protein. The biggest risk factor right now is vitamin B12.
Yeah.
If you feel that you are having a pain, and things like that, get a medical checkup.
Yeah.
That'll show you, like, what sort of vitamin B12 parameters, test, or levels you are having. That'll give you a lot of details about your health records. If you are
Yeah.
deficient in vitamin B12, you can simply, what you're gonna do, you can go and get a supplementation. And I would suggest those who cannot eat chicken, because
Yeah.
chicken is a source of vitamin B12.
Yeah.
Vitamin B12 basically come from non-vegetarian foods. If you can't eat, I would suggest that have a vitamin B12 supplementation,
Yeah.
at least some time for some time, and see the difference. And yeah, overall, it's about purity, not eating unhealthy, like highly processed food. As far as
Yeah.
you're not eating highly processed food on a regular basis, it's not a problem. You
Yeah.
can easily meet up the protein requirements, fiber requirements.
Okay. Awesome. And like, one more thing I want to ask is, how can people increase their immunity so that they don't get sick as often? Like, how can they boost their immune system?
It's a big complex system of our body. Once we are eating everything healthy, in Indian food we are eating spices, which are really good for our immune system. Turmeric, great for our immune system. Coriander powder, we can add lemon to that on a regular basis. We can have a regular lemon to improve our immune system. Oranges, capsicum, these sort of foods will really help to improve your immune system because they are rich in vitamin C.
Right.
Big population is having deficiency in vitamin C as well,
Mm.
specifically those who are eating non-vegetarian food now. If
Yeah.
you're eating on a regular basis, if you're eating non-vegetarian food, do not forget to have your lemon or capsicum or any source of vitamin C. And I think vitamin C requirement is like 90 milligrams, and one whole capsicum will give you 200 milligrams of vitamin C.
Okay.
And
Okay.
even if you're eating extra vitamin C, it won't create help because it won't create any trouble because it's a water soluble vitamin.
Yeah.
Amount of nutrient our body need, it will absorb, and rest will be all flush out of body.
Okay.
So yeah, for immunity, I would say vitamin C would be a
Right.
really important.
Okay, awesome. And you did mention earlier that you had an injury, and before your injury, there were some things that you were doing that you do not do anymore. There were some mistakes. So, would you like to share, like, what were you doing wrong and how did you correct it?
Well, I have applied the visa from that company, and I had to like 15 to 16 hours every day, 6 days a week, sometime for a month, no day off. Obviously, no, not a point, not like exploitation, but they were
Yeah,
paying
yeah,
me well.
yeah, yeah,
They were
yeah,
paying me
yeah.
well. But to work 15, 16 hours, I was having a lot of energy drink. Every night,
Right.
I'm gonna start my day with energy drink, and yeah, by the end of the day, sometime I'm gonna have a sleeping pill to sleep because I had a lot of caffeine. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
working without break, managing
yeah.
whole, kitchen. Uh, but then I had a back injury. I fell down in the kitchen. I had a spinal injury. and which is getting better over the time. But it's like a lifetime thing. But I've learned how to manage it and how to reduce inflammation at the lowest level. The thing was, the day I'm gonna have an energy drink, I'm going to have a lot of inflammation. And then one another day, next day, I thought I'm not going to have energy drink. I will just have a coffee.
Yeah.
And I realized there is no inflammation, or there is very less inflammation. Then I started studying about that. Then found that sugar is the most inflammatory product. If
Right.
you're having sugar, it's a big trouble. Then eventually, I said cut off sugar. Once in a year, I used to have sugar, and even though I used to share that on my Instagram, that I used to love ice cream, and once in a year on my birthday, I'm gonna share that here is only one serving of ice cream in whole year,
Yeah.
as a compliment to myself, as a compliment to as a being accomplished to myself,
Right.
that I have earned it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I can at least encourage others to avoid sugar and things like I have shared a lot of. The biggest enemy to me is sugar. If you
Right.
can avoid sugar, it'll be a greatest help you can ever do, because sugar is causing problems. Sugar is
Right.
causing you heart issues. Sugar is causing you cancer. Fat is not. You see, 100 years before, 200 years before, our ancestor in India used to eat a lot of desi ghee.
Yeah.
They used to eat a lot of eggs. There was never
Yeah.
a problem. But when this Western culture came, sugar came, all this problem came.
Right.
And
Right.
even in 1994, there was one research study done by he was Ansel Keys. If you can Google, the audience can Google, and they can find what blunder happened. He did a research study from America, and even he got a Nobel Prize. And he put all the reason of having cardiovascular and cancer is fat. And then this trend came that fats are not good for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, trans fat, all those unhealthy oils are not good, but desi ghee, having coconut oil, or having olive oil, they are really good. I
Yeah.
will also talk about fat, which fat we need to avoid. But the bigger problem is sugar here. We
Mm.
started having a lot of sugar after that. We
Yeah.
avoided fat, but we had sugar.
Sugar. Yeah.
And then it came all problem. The insulin resistance started. The problem with insulin hormone, when we eat too much sugar, it converts, basically sugar is converting into glucose. And
Right.
we have insulin hormone in the body, which is kind of like, for example, this is a door, and insulin hormone is going to open the key of that door, and glucose will goes into the cell, that will get metabolized, and then we get energy.
Right.
But when we keep on opening that door key stop working at one point,
Hmm.
and then the sugar is not able to go into the cell. Glucose, which was converted, is not able to go into the cell, and
Yeah.
then that's going to stay in your blood. That's
Right.
causing cardiovascular problem, diabetes, kidney problem, cancer, because sugar is highly inflammatory, and that's going to create all those troubles.
Right.
Fat, not fat, in the heart condition, in the heart scenario, in our arteries, that bad fat is going to deliver the nutrients, because that fat, lipoprotein, which we say bad cholesterol, is a source of transporting nutrients to our heart or every tissues. They are simply transporting the nutrients. And good cholesterol, which we heard, is going to take that bad cholesterol out of the body.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So when that bad cholesterol transporter is transporting the nutrient, the sugar is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is going to make the plague. That is going to make that cholesterol really hard.
Right.
That
Right.
cholesterol was there to fix the problem,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
remove the sugar, but sugar is going to make it really hard.
Yeah.
And then that, in the arteries, the blood flow there is a problem for blood flow, and then we get a heart attack. So
Yeah.
see, the problem is sugar, which made it closed. But
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone started saying the problem is bad cholesterol,
Yeah.
not the problem.
Yeah.
So if we avoid sugar, that'll be a big help. We need to avoid those energy drinks, like, obviously there is 30 to 40 grams of sugar in one energy drink.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, Pepsi, all these companies are creating a big trouble. It's not
Right.
about being cute, it's about what's your priority. You want to live healthier, you want your family to live healthier. If you want that thing, you need to avoid that.
Yeah.
See, the hospital bills are much more higher.
True.
In India, if you get hospitalized, it's like 200, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 10
Yeah.
lakh. And cost of healthy food maybe 2 or 3 or 5 rupees extra. In India here, maybe in New Zealand, maybe $1 extra. So you need to see that thing. You're getting diabetes because of sugar, because of unhealthy food. You're getting all the problems because of food. Then why not fix the food?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Things can happen to anyone. Injury can happen. That'll be a part and parcel of life. That can happen to anyone on the earth.
Yeah.
The mistakes we're doing intentionally by eating unhealthy food, that definitely is a problem, and we need to fix it. We need to avoid sugar,
Hmm.
which is a big culprit.
Awesome. And a lot of people talk about like gut health these days. So why is it important to fix the gut health and how can we fix it?
Well, one scenario I will tell you about gut health, because gut health is so complex. It's hardly studied 1% right now. There
Right.
are trillions of cells right in the gut. And our gut had a second brain. There is one brain here, and there is another brain in the gut, which is doing all the smart work.
Right.
It's called ENT. And it's very rarely done or studied. There is a lot of research going on that. But a small, quick thing I will tell you to make it understandable, easier for you all. In our gut, there are bacteria. There are good bacteria, bad bacteria. We need a lot of good bacteria. And good bacteria are relying on fiber. The carbohydrate we are eating, that's getting digested and metabolized into the small intestine. We have small and large intestine.
Yeah.
But in the large intestine is where all the gut bacteria, gut microflora is there, microbiome. Those bacteria need food to survive. If you're eating good food, they'll survive. If you're eating bad food, the bad bacteria will, grow up, and good bacteria will be killed, and you have all the gut issues, gut leakage, and pretty much all the health related issues. Now, our gut bacteria need fiber. The carb food we eating, it's pretty much digested into the small intestine, except fiber. The fiber is not broken down by small intestine. It's broken down by our gut bacteria.
Yeah.
When we eat fiber, our gut bacteria, good healthy bacteria get, they develop, and we get a good health. If we're having a good gut health, we are having way lesser inflammation. And also gut health is good for, when they digest fiber, when our gut bacteria digest fiber, they release short chain fatty acids, and also they release a lot of vitamins which were like, not absorbed in the early stage. It's gonna pretty much break up few more vitamins which are really essential for our body. And I said intrinsic factor. Even the intrinsic factor is built up in the stomach, and it's then passed on to the large intestine, where it's gonna do all its magic. It's gonna kind of rewire all those vitamins and send it to liver, and then liver is going to synthesize that again.
Right.
And a lot of other, things happens, like bile juice and other nutrients get resent to the liver with the help of that entire ENT nervous system of our gut health, of our gut like brain, which is all happening with the help of fiber.
Right.
To have a good gut health, you need to have a good amount of fiber, at least
Mm.
20 to 30 grams. It's hard to achieve, but if you are having 2 or 3 servings of vegetarian food, whole grains, don't avoid your whole grains, whole meal flour, Indian roti we are avoiding.
Yeah.
In our brain it's like we not gonna eat Indian roti. Indian roti is really good source of fiber. If you're
Right.
having 4 to 5 roti in a day, you're simply having 10 grams of fiber. And then you having all the curries, maybe a salad or fruit. If you're having a healthy Indian food, you will able to easily meet up the fiber requirements.
Right.
There will be no.
Yeah.
And yeah, as a result, you get a healthy gut.
Right. And you did
Yeah,
share a recipe on your page as well, right? A drink that you made for gut health. Would
yeah,
you like to share that recipe as well?
yeah. Just made another one too. I will share that one too.
Yeah.
So nothing you have to do. Just add some spinach, uh, 1 or 2 servings, whatever fruit you like. Add that, because fruits are good source of fiber. Spinach, vitamin K, good source of fiber as well, which is really amazing for your gut. And
Yep.
then you need to add your fat. Don't avoid your fat. If it's a healthy fat, eat as much as you can. You can add chia seeds, flax seed,
Yeah.
any seed you like to have, almonds, any sort of nuts you like to have. You can add like maybe one handful or half a handful at least. Add them and mix them and drink it. You know, it's an easy recipe which will take hardly 5 minutes. What you can do is just take one serving of frozen or maybe spinach, baby spinach we get in New Zealand in supermarkets here. Put half a banana, half a apple, and mix it. That drink had like hardly, I believe, 6-7 grams of sugar, six to
Right.
seven grams of fiber, and decent amount of protein too. You can add peanut butter in that, 1 spoon of peanut butter, and 1 cup of milk. That'll give you a good amount of fiber. Mix it. If you want more thin, it's up to you. Whatever the taste you like.
Awesome. Thank you
It's
so
all
much
about.
for sharing that knowledge. We don't have much time, but the time we have, I want to ask you, is there any other tips you want to mention, especially to students, like, so they can eat healthy food? Maybe some meal plan ideas?
Well, it's all about taste. But two things always say to everyone. Right now, I'm doing a New Zealand cricket team meal planning. I'm
Oh,
doing a
okay.
nutrition plan. Yeah. So that's one of my project I'm doing with New Zealand cricket team. Uh, so meal planning is, all the trial and error and food, pretty much all those things. Two things you guys need to do is avoid sugar. 1 2 spoons of sugar. If you want to have a tea, it's fine. You can burn that much. You guys doing a lot of hard work. Second thing, which I have done a lot of mistake as well, going for a cheaper oils.
Right.
We say fat is bad. Yes, in some stages fat is bad. Companies doing a hydrogenation process to convert healthy fats into unhealthy fats so that they can increase the palatability, they can increase the shelf life. So these sort of things companies are doing, and we need to avoid those. Like spreads we are having, we putting spreads on the butter. They are not really good for us.
Yeah.
That's trans fat. In some countries, it's even banned. In
Right.
USA, those spreads are banned. You need to avoid now canola oil. That's very hot and hot selling thing in the oil section. You need to
Yeah.
avoid canola oil. You need to avoid rice oil. You need to avoid vegetable oil, which is the worst. It's not coming from vegetables. It's
Yeah.
all the chemical. You
Right.
need to
Right.
avoid wheat oil. You need to avoid soybean oil. So these sort of oils you need to avoid.
Yeah. Do you recommend
And
olive oil, maybe?
yeah, have it as much as you can. The more you have, the better your health you have.
Right.
Desi ghee,
Yeah.
which is, it's a traditional thing. Our ancestor had it.
Yeah.
Add
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 spoons of desi ghee. It's really healthy for your health. It's good. It's great for your gut health, and
Right.
obviously for cardiovascular health as well. Have a desi ghee, olive oil, coconut oil. You can have butter as well in
Okay.
the limitation,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
the spread. You can have butter in the limitation, not spread.
Not
You need
spread.
to
Got
avoid
it.
canola oil, vegetable oil at any cost.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and in India where there is refined, those
Yeah.
sort of oil you need
Yeah.
to avoid and
Yeah.
focus on a healthy stuff. It's olive oil is expensive, desi ghee is expensive to use, but then it
That is
all
good
boils
for
down
you.
that after 20 years, after 30 years, do you want to suffer from these health conditions or you want to live healthy? That's the question. Do
True.
you want your parents to be suffering from any health disorder? Because we are here, we are earning from them, earning for our family. And at the end, they are eating unhealthy food and, we are away from them. We want them to be healthy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would, I would
True.
like everyone to encourage their family members to have all these oils.
Yeah.
In
100%.
2019, I literally went and I have just, thrown away all those oils in the bin and warned my family. If you are having these oil in the house, I'm not coming again to India.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
the first guideline.
Yeah.
From that day onwards, it's olive oil, desi ghee being
Right.
used. You
Yeah.
also guys need to encourage your families, and obviously here you need to have those oils, not the
Right.
canola oil, vegetable oil. It's cheaper, but think about your health. If you are healthy, you're able to do more work. You'll be
Yes.
more
Yes.
productive. You will be able to more earn more rather than
Yeah.
being lazy and tired.
Correct.
So
Correct. Yeah.
think, with all the aspects.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And this was really helpful. And I'm sure it'll help a lot of immigrants as well. And all the best for all your projects. And thank you for
Yes,
taking
thank you
your
very much,
time.
and thanks for this opportunity. And I hope this will help.
For sure.
You know, even if it's helping one person, it'll be my
Yeah.
prayer, and I'll be really happy for that.
And I would appreciate all of the people listening to go follow you as well so they can learn more because you do share recipes and stuff. So
Yep.
I will leave your handle down in the
Yes,
caption
yes, thank
so they
you.
can follow you. So
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time, and that was really great. Thank you.